that scene where fucking Chad, they're hanging out, fucking, he's hanging out with Jenna Ortega.
And
he's like,
upstairs.
He's like, baby, fucking, what does he say? He's like, fucking, I care about you. And she's like, fucking, you care about me? And then it's like, oh, I care about you too. And then they get ready to kiss, and then fucking some other girl walks in.
Jumps in, yeah.
Breaks it up. They make the joke about blocking, and then fucking she's like, okay, I'm going to leave. And then he's like, I got to go anyway. At that moment, I was like, you got to go. There's no reason to fucking go. Where are you going?
Yeah, dude,
that's the fucking killer. Anyway, that's the fucking killer right there. I knew it. He was the fucking killer.
That's what it should have been.
I realized later, I was like, I don't trust it. When he was doing the whole thing about, we got to call ourselves the Core Four, man. And they were like, that's fucking lame. I was sitting there like, man, I don't hate that name, but I don't trust this motherfucker.
Rival House Network.
Howdy, everybody. Hi, it's another Enema. We've been recording for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, not recording again. Second time in a row. So we're not going to rehash all the stuff that we talked about. Let's just say that I shit on Jamie Lee Curtis for winning an Oscar because I think she's a trash actress.
You're such a cuckold. She's a fine actress.
I was talking shit on the new TMNT.
If you want to hear the original opening, fucking listen to the podcast only version. You get that fucking pre-show.
Yeah, we'll put it on the pre-show.
We were talking round.
So stupid, man. I was trashing the TMNT new movie that's aimed at kids. I'm not trashing it because I'm just not a kid, but it's not for me. It's what I think is hilarious.
You got to listen to the pre-show to hear that shit. Now we're just going to talk about what we've been watching.
I'm going to say it really quick. But what I find hilarious is like I follow all like the groups and stuff online, like the turtle collector groups and the fandom group, and all these grown ass men that are like excited for this little fucking kids cartoon turtles. Like you guys
they are fucking young at heart. They are keeping it real. They are the total chads of the room. You will understand one day. You are cringe now.
This is why cynical. But you can meet it in the middle. The TMNT 90 movie was great. It was the perfect kids movie that also appealed to adults. There's a balance. It was
stupid. It was garbage.
Somewhere
back there,
TMNT
back
90?
then, there was some kid like you right now being like, that movie's fucking garbage. They don't even all have red bandanas. They're straying from the fucking original comics so hard.
All right. Other than that, you guys didn't miss much. It's in the pre-show. We talked about some gaming stuff. So that's all just for you guys on the podcast networks and whatever.
Yeah,
I'm glad I caught it when I did.
Discord, baby. Get
Fuck
that premium.
my life. Can you imagine if we gotten all the way to the fucking end again? God. All right. So anyway, I guess I have to do a new intro.
That's what fucking that should have been part of John Lennon's song. If we got all the way to the end again. That needs to be.
Hey, Zach, you need a sticky note at the top of your monitor that says "press record."
It's because we're not going live, and when you go live, you actually are not going to forget to go live, and you have to hit the go live button, and it's recording automatically. Since we're not going live, it's like, I guess he just misses the button because we're not technically going live. But
because you set it up to record only, and then you got to press record. Like fucking, they don't just start recording as soon as you enter the room. Fucking amazing design. We pay for that.
Fucking amazing.
Anyway,
fucking StreamYards, baby.
I'm gonna give you sponsor us. I'm gonna give you a new intro because technically you got to get it. This is Enema. The show that we talk about a particular topic, right? It's usually a movie, filmmaker, something of that ilk. And usually we shoot the breeze about news and what we've been watching. Well, you guys didn't get the news because we fucked up. But we're going to talk about what we've been watching, and then we're going to talk about the meat of the hour, which is going to be Scream 6. Riverman was supposed to be on this episode. Couldn't make it.
Check.
Could Riverman make it? No, I checked. Nope.
I think Mag accidentally unplugged his microphone, and now he's struggling. Like,
no. Okay. Did you guys see that David Capper video he posted? That was funny where he gave the nod to the.
was he surrounded by hot women and fucking?
Oh, you didn't watch it? He tagged you.
Beautiful flowing locks.
Disrespectful.
Check.
What did he tag me on? I didn't even see it.
He tagged all of us in Mendoza. He said this is I think it was like a request from Mendoza. But
dude, I fucking watched it.
He tagged all of us.
Fucking banging, dude. I have 2 requests in there. I want fucking time and promise. I want him to cover time and fucking promise.
Time after time.
Hell yeah.
He was at one of his gigs and he was playing Landslide, and I'm like, and it was basically like saying like wait for it, and it had all the BTM guy, all the revival guys, wait for it, and he's playing it, and when he finishes Landslide, he goes to turn on his phone and he does the whole, could Riverman check it out? No, we started quoting his song in the it was pretty funny. And but yeah, Riverman is not here, so he's living up to it. But anyway, so we're gonna talk about what's new, and then we're gonna talk about Scream 6. We all saw it, so we wanted to take advantage and have everybody chat about it. It's too bad Riverman's not gonna be on. He could always jump in. You never know with him. I gave him the link, but I wonder. I'll be disappointed if we all have like similar feelings, and Riverman would have been the outlier, because I talked to River last night on the phone after seeing it.
I know.
And we saw a little bit differently about it. So anyway, we'll see if he's missed or not. But what have you been watching, Zach? Let's go and get started.
Fucking a couple days ago, I watched The Beach Bum. Harmony Korine.
That's an okay movie. I just think it's all right.
Fucking listen to this cynical fucking cuckold. He hates everything now. Fucking, you gotta learn to love.
He sounds like you.
You gotta learn to love, baby.
No, isn't that funny how you're like, it's just like
2019,
yourself, right?
Fucking 7.
I don't hate it.
I gave it a 7 out of 10. Fucking, they've tried so many times to fucking create a movie where they make fucking being rich look interesting and exciting. This is the only movie that succeeds, in my opinion. Fucking Kino.
I think I gave it a 6. Probably. Like, I didn't love it, but I thought it was all right. You know,
this movie reminds me so much of fucking like Nacho Libre, Napoleon Dynamite. Fucking, it's just a slice of life movie with some weird, quirky ass fucking characters and just like fucking weird ass comedy thrown in out of nowhere. Fucking, I enjoyed it, baby. Maybe it was because it was playing at 2 times speed. Maybe if it was 2 times longer, I would have been like, fucking, I am not understanding this. I am so out of this.
Did you legit watch it 2 times speed? You did that, really?
Of course. I want to absorb everything at fucking 2 times the level. I have fucking transcended human beings at this point.
I just don't understand Zach's take on that. It's a bit of an epidemic going on right now where that's a thing where there's apparently... Because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I listen to more than one podcast where they get write-ins where they talk about how they listen to their podcast at 2 or 3 times. And they're
you gotta understand that they will understand one day, 8 years from now, they'll be talking just like I am now, and they'll be like, I was saying the opposite 8 years ago. I was so stupid. You gotta know that.
But especially with movies, like, what is the point of? It's all about quantity over quality, because you're not getting the real effect of the way a movie's supposed to play out when you're watching.
I watched less than 100 movies last year. Fucking, that is not the case. That's not the case.
That's just, it blows me away. I don't get it. But anyway, whatever.
You will understand one day. You will
go through your whole list,
grasshopper.
We'll take turns. Go through your list. Matt, get your list together, and then you'll go next.
For what?
Okay.
We're just kind of talking about what you've watched lately. Just like a few things.
Dude, I'm
let Zach go.
completely fucking blank with...
Legally Blank. That's the fucking Legally Blonde 3. Fucking at that point, like, she's completely brain damaged. She don't know what the fuck is happening.
She represents Blank Man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Legally Blank.
Why haven't we done that? Fucking.
You could have told me we did. Now I would have believed you.
Legally Blank. That's what it should be.
We probably did, actually. I might remember doing it, actually.
Guys, when are we gonna do the next 3 Ninjas movie?
I'm down. I'm down whenever you guys want. I'm
right
off
now?
the next week.
You know what I noticed?
All right, guys, we're gonna shut this off. We'll see you guys later. We're gonna.
What if we just like started?
3 Ninjas.
What if we said screw it right now and said no? It's gonna be a 3 Ninjas commentary starting now.
That would be fucking amazing. That would be Horse the Band fucking amazing.
People in the comments like, where the fuck is Scream? We never talked about it.
We should stop what we're doing just so we can go to Joe's Pizza and eat some.
Why
pizza.
don't we start mislabeling stuff? Like, it's Scream 6, and then all of a sudden we never mention Scream 6, not once. And we keep teasing it, and then we go into a 3 Ninjas kickback.
That's fucking mind blowing, and people are gonna. And then we'll get people in the comments saying, "This isn't that fucking movie. What are they doing?" It'll be a new thing. People will fucking go. It'll make them mad. It'll drive them nuts. You know, the fucking pet peeves. Like, I gotta correct them.
Or we just troll everybody with 3 Ninjas, and we say we're doing like Warm is the Bluest Color, like some kind of like taboo movie, and then we just talk about High Noon at Mega Mountain.
How about we do every movie that what's that movie you guys did?
I bought
what's
Warm
that
as
movie you
a
did?
blue. Hold on, I bought Blue as Warm as Color just because the fucking chick in that movie so Stacy and the lesbian sex scenes.
Yeah,
fucking, I am a total male fucking chauvinist. I guess
that
is exactly what that movie was against, and I fucking got it for that reason.
Yeah, they failed. They failed in that. It's the only reason I watched it, because I was like, yeah, I'll watch it and see what's up. Anyway, continue.
Hey, fucking, let's call every movie or every fucking episode on YouTube or whatever. Fucking, what is that? Ken Park. Fucking
Ken Park.
Ken
Everything's
Park.
Ken Park.
Because that's like the biggest movie that you guys. We need to redo that.
And we'll just
We
and
keep
every
talking
video
about
we
it.
do, every video we do
We
has
need to just
another,
name it that and hashtag it.
And every video has a different thumbnail from Ken Park. Like we can do one with the Tate and the fucking no, that's not. Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, Zach, we're getting off the beaten path here.
Fucking I watched This Place Rules, the HBO documentary. The guy from fucking Channel 8, whatever this YouTube channel is, he goes to all these weird like fucking political events and fucking he just interviews people, and it's just like fucking it's funny how fucking crazy these people are. Fucking he made this movie and then he got Me Too'd quickly after that, and then nobody's heard about the movie since. Fucking fucking HBO Go, they put it out. Fucking HBO Max, they put it out. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Fucking I've never self-harmed in my entire life, but I'm considering it now, is what I wrote. Fucking I enjoyed that, baby. But he got swept under the rug real quick. You don't fucks around your past.
Sucks, man. To suck, I guess. How many? What else you got? You just probably knock out your list.
Fucking, I watched The Menu.
That's a great movie. Loved it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I put Taylor Almond Joy. Fucking killed it. She fucking killed that movie, Taylor Almond Joy.
She's got another movie coming out.
She's in a lot of stuff.
She's fucking hot.
That might be.
Her name isn't Taylor Almond Joy. I don't know if anybody picked up on that.
What do you think, Zach? You think she's hot?
Fucking Big Stacey.
I didn't think she when I'd see her like in like The Witch and The Queen's Gambit or whatever it is. I didn't think so, but after watching The Menu, I'm like, yeah, she's
dude.
hot.
At the end of The Menu, and she's fucking just chowed
Eat that
down,
cheeseburger?
fucking cheeseburger, dude. God damn! I just
There's
wanted to do it with her.
nothing fucking hotter.
Exactly. I just wanted to get my face in there with it, like me and her just eating it at the same time, fucking looking at each other's eyes. You know, that's romantic.
I want to see a woman eating a fucking cow without.
That me and you would do that.
You can eat a cheeseburger out of my pussy.
Come on, man.
No, I think.
Wait, what'd you just say? What'd you just say?
Why was that so funny to you, man?
Did he say he ate a cheeseburger out of a pussy?
No, he said you could eat it out of mine.
You know, his pussy.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, no, I thought The Menu was it's probably my favorite movie of last year.
Real life, fuck me up.
Gave it an 8 out of 10.
And I didn't see it. I didn't see it till January, but it came out at the end of last year. So when we did our year-end episode, me and Todd, I didn't put it on there because I hadn't seen it. What?
I forgot I watched Blonde because it's very forgettable. The fucking Marilyn Monroe. What's her name?
Anna de Armas or whatever her name is. Yeah, I didn't see that.
How is that?
She did good in the movie. The movie looks nice. It's fucking 3 hours long, if I remember right. It was more like 8 hours long in my mind. But like fucking, I gave it 4 out of 10 stars, and I hit my review. That's what I was laughing at. I wrote, they didn't even use Memphis Will Be Laid to Waste on the soundtrack.
Hell yes.
That's Kino shit.
That's genius.
That's Norma Jean reference. Fucking movie was very forgettable. I don't remember much about it. I just remember that they didn't fucking use Memphis Will Be Laid to Waste on the soundtrack. It's been so long since I watched it.
It got a lot of buzz because it was NC-17, but does she show her tits or not?
She does. They're very beautiful. She's a beautiful woman.
They do? She does?
If I remember right, unless it was a body actress.
But do they show, like, for it to be NC-17, they got to show her like filleting or something? Is there like sexual?
Shows a scene where she fucking fillets President Kennedy.
Nice.
She does a fillet, and it's very, very uncomfortable. They were pretty abusive to fucking Marilyn Monroe. It's not an easy watch actually. But like fucking by the end of the movie, fucking I was just like, man, what like something about it's just like this didn't need to happen. It doesn't need to exist. Like you didn't tell me anything. Like fucking besides the visuals and stuff, it's just.
But I heard it was kind of a fluff piece. Like it wasn't accurate. Like it was totally like an exploitation type of movie.
Apparently, it's like, oh, it's not completely accurate. We based it on like I don't know. I didn't read enough about it, but it was just like fucking yeah. It was just like fuck. It was forgettable because I forgot most of it.
Yeah.
Too bad.
It'll live on the back burner then for me.
Maybe one day we'll just understand it and it'll be like, this is fucking genius. This guy, he nailed it. Like that's what we should be doing. We should be making fucking movies based on people and then just lying about them. And making it look like fucking making the exploitation. That'd be king.
He nailed it like JFK nailed her.
Fucking very weird scene. Fucking that might be all I got.
All right, Mac, do you have anything in particular of note that you've seen lately?
Nah, baby. I mean, fucking, I finally finished fucking Game of Thrones, baby. Fucking, the last season is fucking crazy, and I did not expect that ending. Fucking crazy. Oh, I just hit my mic and it scared the fuck out of me.
Were you pissed off? Were you like, fucking, I see a Starbucks cup sitting there?
Probably. It was something like that. It was more like I didn't expect.
I haven't seen it past the first season, so
it's not bad. It's just the last 3 episodes were fucking anxiety.
Yeah.
Apparently they erased the Starbucks cup. It's not even there. They did DLC on it. George Lucas did.
Hell yeah.
I disagree. They should keep the mistakes in. I am of the opinion.
They did DLC for that Chris Rock special everybody's talking about too. And I don't know why it took them days to do it, because they marketed that. That's something I watched. They were marketing that whole damn special about like he's going to address the slap. Everybody's finally going to address the slap heard around the world. And then he sold the whole stand up on that, and it was this big return. And you know how it is whenever they name a comedy special, it's usually named after the last big closing bit of the night. And so he does his stand up. It's called Selective Outrage. Yeah, it was fun. I don't think Chris Rock's funny. I got to be honest with you. I think he's likable. I enjoy hearing him talk and like his interviews and stuff, but his comedy doesn't hit for me. And I didn't laugh once.
Yeah, he's hit or miss with me, but like some of his
taste the booger flavor. Taste I know what's
shit back in the day was goofy, like funny goofy, but now
no sex in the champagne room. Kino song.
Well, he doesn't do any he doesn't say like the N word or do the race humor anymore. He doesn't say cracka. He doesn't do any of that. He gave that all up, which is cool and fine, but he just kind of seems like every other old middle-aged comedian now, talking about selective outrage. They mad about this.
Is he even a comedian? It's basically just a fucking way to like get some money. Basically like fucking, I'm going to release my statement as a fucking return comedy special.
Anyway, though, so this whole thing was marketed around that slap, and so it builds up, and it should have been the best part of the show. And he fucks the joke up, which I get it can happen, especially if it's live. And
is it where he accidentally said the wrong title of a movie?
But it fucked the joke up because it throws off the rhythm. Because he was talking about, basically he was trying to do something like, Jada never won me a host Oscars. Like, it's because she didn't win an Oscar he's trying to say win an Oscar. Will didn't get nominated for concussion, so they give me a concussion. But he said emancipation, which isn't even out yet, so instantly confuses your brain. Like, what the fuck joke is it? And then it's all twisted, and so you're confused. And then he does the joke, and he goes, I messed the joke up. And he just starts it over. So it derailed the rhythm and the momentum of the joke. And
I watched it and I was like, fucking, I still got it.
I got it, but it ruins the momentum.
He mess jokes up all the time.
But when it's a special like that, you edit it out. They don't leave that. They
probably originally thought like fucking this, you can still follow it, and then they were like fucking it's.
It was this big finale and he fucked it up. So they should have edited that out, but it wasn't funny. It was, I don't think he went hard enough on the cuck jokes. He should have just like unleashed on him. If you're gonna exploit
that's not Will Smith's fault. That's not Will Smith's fault.
Yes, it is.
How is that his fault? That his fucking wife cheated on him. That's not his fault.
Because he tolerates it, dude. He let himself go on her TV show and her cuck him and tell him like, hey, I had an entanglement. I fucked our son's best friend. Like, I'm sorry, he went on TV. He's a cuck. Anyway, regardless, I watched that.
You're not a cuck unless you're watching it happen.
He probably did.
Apparently, one of the original things was like, you're a cuck if you're raising someone else's kid. Like if you're dating a girl and she has kids, and I'm like, that's fucking terrible. Why would you mock somebody for doing something like that? What?
Anyway,
the internet is garbage.
Regardless,
that's
kind of
like like taking in a kid. You know what I mean? Fostering a kid.
Cuckoldry. It's all cuckoldry.
Anyway, regardless, whatever word you want to use, he's a bitch. He is. I just don't think he capitalized enough. I think he should have went really hard on him. Should have taken the gloves off, let it be really funny, because it wasn't funny. Anyway, that's the most offensive thing out of all this. I suffered. I rewatched, I got the 4K of Starship Troopers. It holds up. I hadn't seen that movie in quite a while. And the 4K is gorgeous. And even the really hokey, dated like CGI of Starship Troopers ages well. It looks cool. It looks great for the movie. That's a good one.
Starship Poopers. That movie's fucking garbage.
I watched.
Just joking.
And I paid to rent this. I actually rented this on digital on demand. I don't know why, but I had a weird hankering to watch the movie On Deadly Ground. And if nobody knows what On Deadly Ground is, it was Steven Seagal's at the height of his career, his magnum opus, his big vanity fucking Orson Welles project. This is when he was on top of the world. So the fucking studio, I don't remember if it was like Touchstone or whatever the big studio was. They actually they gave him $50 million to direct and do like everything on his own feature. And I know what you're thinking, like, how could this go wrong? And it had a pretty it has a stat cast. So I'm like, I'm going to watch this because it has like Michael Caine and a whole bunch of people. I'm like, yeah, it has a lot of people.
Michael Caine.
Anyway, when you watch it, it comes off like a total vanity project. It's shit. And it's just a giant PSA for save the planet. And he's like, it's about these big like oil tycoons that are ravaging Eskimo land. And he like,
I think it's too late. I say fuck the planet. I say we watch it burn down now. We light the match.
After the movie's done and he stops the bad guys and whatever and saves the land, the last scene of the movie is him like doing almost like a TED talk in movie, and it turns into like an Al Gore special. Like,
that's awesome.
That flame glacier today.
That's fucking.
It's just like.
Did you watch that movie? The movie about the firefighter who predicts Trump is going to become the president because he sees the devil in his dreams. It does the same thing. It becomes like a fucking just a bunch of talking heads. Like 30 minutes. There's like 40 minutes left of the movie, and it just becomes like a talking head. They're just telling us why living in a theocracy would actually be based and cool.
Anyway, yeah, I don't recommend it. I gave On Deadly Ground a 4 out of 10. It was just a total ego fucking stroke. And I watched a movie that had been on my list for a long time, and I finally watched it. It's one of those flicks where it's so damn long, and you're like, where am I going to find the time to watch this? But I watched Once Upon a Time in America. That thing is like 4 hours and 15 minutes long. But I really liked it. It felt like 2.5, which is great. I think it seemed like a slow movie, but it really wasn't. It was paced really well. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed the actors. I love James Woods. I like Robert De Niro in that. And,
I watched that once too. I don't remember shit about it.
Yeah, I could see that. But I'm a sucker for Sergio Leone, and I like I like all that stuff. I don't know, but I thought it was good. And I watched Deadpool 2 because I never watched that. I watched that with the lady.
That's
Deadpools.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know. When I saw I rewatched the first Deadpool 2. I watched that when it first came out, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, at first when I watched the stuff on, I'm like, this looks too goofy. But I was like, I'll fucking watch it anyway. It's Deadpool.
But when I watched it
wasn't too bad. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, I watched it back to back. I watched the first one first again. I had more fun with it than I remember having. It was like, okay. And then 2 was probably a little better. So I liked them both. They were funny. And then I watched this movie.
The second one's good.
I watched this movie called Fall Time. I recommend everybody not watch it. It's got Mickey Rourke, 1995 circa, which is all you need to know to not watch it. And it's definitely one of those on the heels of Tarantino ripoff movies.
Poked in the back.
Because in 94, 95, and into the later 90s, everybody was ripping off Tarantino, right? You got that, what's that, 2 Days in the Valley, or 3 Days in the Valley, what's that movie called? You had tons of them. And this is another one that's trying to be like highbrow Tarantino, and it just fails. And it's super confusing because the editing and structure is all over the place. And then it's really confusing because Mickey Rourke shows up and he's clearly dressed out of the 90s, but it takes place in the 50s. So it literally has you asking yourself, did we jump time? Did we jump 40 years? I'm so confused. It's all over the fucking place.
You just don't fucking get his fashion statement. He was fucking ahead of the curve back.
He's like wearing these Bono fly glasses from like Octung Baby. He's got crazy fucking gelled out hair, and he's wearing like a bright orange fucking leather jacket. It just looks weird. Anyway, and then I watched My Life. You ever seen that with Michael Keaton?
Fucking Michael Skeeton himself. Fucking soundtrack done by Billy Joel. Fucking I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life. Fucking epic film. I love it.
This is the last thing I'm going to say on my list. No, if you've never watched My Life, it's a solid movie, but it is depressing.
You motherfuckers! Are you going over your list?
Yeah.
No, we were talking about yours your whole time.
You're a fucker.
I thought you were
your list.
I said one thing, and you guys started talking about
you
other
said you
shit.
didn't have anything. You're like, well,
and then I said, well, I watched this, and then I was gonna say something else, but nah, it's fine.
I thought you were done.
I
No,
got a couple
fucking
more
Zach
too, I
started
guess.
going off on something, and I was waiting, and I was like, "All right." And then you started going off on, and then it went to you somehow.
Have we all
we
seen
just
Clerks 3 yet?
changed. It's okay.
Okay, no, so go ahead, Mac. Yeah, I've seen
Fuck,
Clerks 3.
It's okay. Fuck it.
No,
Go
go.
on. Just I don't even remember anymore, brother.
Well,
Just
Zach
go.
wants to talk about Clerks 3, I guess.
Fucking Clerks 3. We've all seen it at this point, or did Max see it?
I have not seen it.
Oh,
So we
okay.
can't talk about it yet. Fucking very, very not cool, Mac. Fucking what are you
Well-
sleeping for?
Hey, that movie, My Life, also involves terminal cancer, or like Clerks 3. And let me tell you, My Life makes you want to eat a bullet. It is so fucking depressing. It's an okay movie, but it's a one watch and you never watch it again because it's just too much, man. It ruined my night after watching it. I was in a great mood.
Sounds amazing. I can't wait.
Well, you sure you don't have anything else, Mac? I'm sorry, we didn't mean to do
I
that.
can't wait. No, I'm fine.
Okay, were you doing
like
Stevie
that.
Nicks?
I guess.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Just do that. That's what I thought he was doing.
All right. So we're gonna artificially implant a break in here and come back, and we're gonna talk Scream 6, which it'll be very interesting. But we'll be back.
I can't
I'm
wait.
gonna artificially implant my cum in your stomach.
Please help with your just down here.
There's a line here, girl. You got a problem here, guy?
I had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me. It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us. We share a certain history. This isn't like any other ghost face.
What is this place?
A shrine. We've got to lure him in. We execute him.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gail. I'm something different.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
You want me. So let's finish this. Guys?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
And we're back. We're here to talk about Ghostface
yeah,
Takes
how's it
Manhattan, Scream 6. And
Ghostface.
like I said, we all saw it. I wanted Riverman on here too because he watched it too, and I'm interested to see how our thoughts are going to align with his or not align. But
Scream 6, more like Scream 6 out of 10. Am I right?
I want Mac to start.
No,
I want Mac
no.
'cause- no. Silence. I want Mac to
What?
start. What was your, first of all, Mac, what was your opinion of part 5? And what was your impressions kind of going into 6, and how did it end up leaving you when you saw it? Like kind of try and pair it with the 5th one, because we didn't really talk to you about that.
So I the 5th one was, I like how they went into it with the revamp. Fucking what did they call it?
The requel.
A requel. I like how they did that. I fucking thought that was cool. It's fucking a new take on it, you know. Okay. But then I thought, you know, okay.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this with Matt.
We have.
I'm
That's
pretty
okay.
sure-
Well, it's all
We've
right.
already done this, but it's fine. I hate how goofy the ghost faces become. That's my problem. That is my big problem with these movies. Is it's just so I know they're unrealistic, but like if like I mean this could happen, right?
It could and it could
these
not.
motherfuckers are taking people down left and right so easily. And they always end up being the goofiest looking, scrawniest looking motherfuckers. It makes no fucking sense why they do that.
They have a knife. They have a knife. It's a force.
You have a knife half the time.
He has a fucking gun in this movie. He has a fucking gun,
which is dope.
I was telling the lady that too. I was like, I don't know what it is about these movies.
It's like he's got a fucking gun. It blows my fucking mind.
No, but I was
that scene where he shoots the gun out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That scene where he shoots the gun out of nowhere, and it was a fucking it was a jump scare. I immediately thought of that scene from fucking Detroit Rock City, and I heard "fuck school." I was just going through the motions till I was about to drop out.
I wish this movie was more of that. Just like fuck it, like they really played up the poster of like no new rules, no rules or whatever it was.
Yeah,
it should have been. It should have just been more like him wreaking havoc on New York City with a shotgun. Like,
so, but like working into this, like it makes sense. Like, but my thing with this is, are we talking about this now? Like,
yeah, get into it. I don't care.
So
talk about
fucking when they're in New York, I feel like the only part that feels like New York is the subway. You know. That's pretty, like when they're on the train, that's about it.
I heard
they're in New York for the whole movie, this movie.
I get it, but like that's, I think the whole point of New York was just to, you know, switch towns. Like they're not, I thought they were going to show more of New York. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Jason tried to do. Fucking.
But Jason didn't capitalize on it either.
Like Ninja Turtle style too. I thought they'd show more of New York too. And plus Halloween, because it was Halloween. They did show that the train station scene with the Halloween mask. Like
they could have capitalized on that more though, and it could have been cool.
They could have done
because it was just that one scene where it worked into the mask.
And you know what they didn't do, which I am maybe they did, and I was super high and forgot. Fucking, they didn't do one of those things where it was the wrong person. You know what I mean? Because it was Halloween, they could have fucking shot so many people, killed so many fucking people. They could have thought they killed Ghostface. They could have thought they killed Ghostface.
Just the fucking cops are retarded. They're just like, go out and shoot anybody wearing a Ghostface mask, just to be sure. We'll sort it out. But that'd be fun.
How about? Like,
I mean,
they should have put out. I guess they can't force anybody, but put out like a bulletin, a release saying, "Hey, look, there's fucking Ghostface killers going on. Like happens every year in this United States. How about?" We strongly advise anybody just don't wear Ghostface costumes on Halloween because it's going to cause problems.
You will just.
But they don't. You don't see that though, and you don't see like a Ben Tramer style Halloween thing where they fucking kill the wrong person.
We've already seen it. Why would we want to see it here, Mac? We'll be like we saw that
in
before.
Halloween, it's fine, but it's new for it'd be not Halloween. Scream.
We never seen a fucking killer go to New York before. Well, that's what we're here for. We've never seen that.
We technically never saw it in Jason either.
Yeah, right.
With the Vancouver.
See, it's funny. I wrote Jason didn't even make it to Manhattan until part 8. This is Scream 6. They're breaking so much new ground.
Right. We're not even in space anymore. Like it's already at 6 and they're not even in space. I'm fucking shocked.
But I heard a couple complaints about that. Like, oh, they didn't capitalize on the New York setting enough. I think it was fair. Like you had a subway. The first scene is in an alleyway killing. You had skyrise apartments. I mean, there was enough there. I mean, I would have liked it. It's
forgettable.
I can't imagine them making a movie where it's just like, hey, we're just going to have a bunch of fucking, it's going to be like a showcase of like the backgrounds. We're going to go to all the popular places.
That's really fucking creepy though. The beginning, the opening scene when he's like, you don't see me?
Awesome.
I'm in the alley. Like that's fucking Pennywise shit. Like
to talk about the opening scene.
Yeah. Why would you go ahead?
Yeah. Let Zach's good at like kind of going over the plot points and then we'll dissect them.
We got fucking Stacy ass Samara Weaving, fucking little Bill from fucking Bill and Ted 3 fucking shows up. She's a fucking
so hot, dude.
She's a fucking college professor for fucking film studies. She's meeting some guy. He's like, oh, I can't find the place. He basically gets her to go outside. Fucking immediately. Fucking one thing I noticed when it is basically like fucking I'm standing by an alley. Fucking wave your hand. And it's like, oh, I don't see you. It's like this is like fucking baby. This is what was I saying? I was like, you're in New York City. That's probably just not the right fucking alley. Like, basically, just hear him say, "Oh, I don't see you." Just be like, "Oh, it's the wrong alley then." But like,
and is anybody that stupid though? Why would you go down? I don't care.
Know, the things he was saying was kind of catfishing style. Like, oh, I don't see you. I must be down the. I'm still down. I'm down the wrong.
Come down this dark alley further.
Hey,
ladies
can
and
you see me?
gentlemen,
I'm in here.
we know this is a fucking horror movie. We know that, but in everyday life, she's just trying to get her pussy
You know what I thought?
stuck.
While we're
What's the
still here-
female equivalent of getting your dick wet? Pussy stuck.
Hey, while we're still here, right when she gets slashed, when you just see him swing it at her, fucking, I thought that it was gonna turn into a stab movie. Did you guys think that?
I
I
was
think that was
fake
going to be
one.
like
You're always
part
kind
of
of
a stab
prepared for
movie or
that.
something.
I mean,
You're always ready for that. Yeah,
I thought it was going to be like cut or something stupid, and they were.
but they've
gonna
done
be
that
stabbed.
like a few times, a couple
Right,
times at this
but
point. So
they didn't do it in the last one. I figured they'd
No,
bring it back.
I
do
liked-
not bring it back. I got so annoyed about it.
I think it didn't quite live up to the potential of this first scene because I did kind of like how they were faking us out with 2 new killers that were gonna start wreaking havoc, and then another killer jumped in like, no, fuck you, bitch, it's ours. You know, I kind of liked that.
While watching the movie, I was like, fucking, basically by the end of the opening scene is like, yeah, it was Scream guy the whole time, and then fucking it goes. Did you guys notice that basically we find out who the killer is real quick? It's like this movie breaks all the rules. Remember when I said that? I was like, fucking, wouldn't that be crazy if we find out who the killer was and then the rest of it? But that's not technically what they did.
Yeah,
They
they're
fake
and
you
then they
out.
just-
There's like
and
another
they
new
fucking
killer.
They do that. They do that right at the get go.
But it was pretty wild to see him kill her and then him just take his mask and start undressing in the alleyway.
And he does his own thing.
For a second
you
there,
guys-
I thought we were going to get a Scream movie through the perspective
That's
of
what
the
I
killer.
thought too. I was like, dude, I'm okay with this.
I was kind of excited. We were
I
going to
was
know
okay
who it
with
was the
this
whole
because
time.
then that would be neat as fuck to watch. You like how they do it all?
He's one of the students, and him and another fucking fellow student have like teamed together to fucking kill the fucking the professor. And did you guys notice that kid? He was very Chad. He looked like a fucking mix between M. Night Shyamalan and Chino Marino hybrid.
That's Flash Thompson from the new Spider-Man movies.
That is a fucking love child between Chino Marino and fucking M. Night Shyamalan. Why are you lying? Why are you disregarding what I just told you? Fucking, that was
Because I
real
know
life
who it
shit.
really is. But I'll tell you though. So yeah, they even said when he was on the phone with who we thought was his boy, turned out to be chopped up in the fridge. The next hit, as we find out, was going to be the 2 sisters, and that's why this ghost face jumped in. Like, no, he was basically, that's how crazy their universe is. Where not only is it just easy for people to become psychotic and turn into Ghostface and copycat, but you can have multiple at the same time.
It's the real world, baby. Fucking, didn't you know movies influence people to kill people? Fucking video games too.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. So it doesn't quite live up to that. It just kind of shifts course, and now we just have another killer. It doesn't really serve any purpose outside of that original scene, which is kind of too bad.
Exactly.
Really quick, before you move on, what if they played with that longer into the movie? Like, it's like what Mac is saying, where we think we're getting this movie as it goes, where it's more through the perspective of these 2 guys, but then all of a sudden the tables get turned on them and there's another killer killing them. Like, we just got more of it. And then that was like a mid-movie twist. That would have been really cool. Anyway, continue.
I would have camed pretty hard, actually. You would have had to fucking squeegee the chair after I was done caming all over it.
Yeah, you would have nodded so hard.
Yeah,
go
so
ahead
when I
and-
saw that though, I was like, holy fuck, dude. Fucking, he's taking his mask off. He's just throwing it in a fucking backpack. This guy is Peter Parker.
Jacking off onto
Peter fucking sperms it onto the side of the wall. Fucking
it. The scene where he
goes
comes
in.
inside the mask and then wears it.
Oh, but when you see his friend freak out on him, that was kind of nuts though, wasn't it? And then it wasn't even him. He was in the fucking fridge. That was kind of gory.
It was a cool opening scene.
Fucking, yeah, that was pretty dope.
His buddy in the fridge was a cool image.
Spoiler alert, Todd did not like the opening scene at all. I'm like, I liked the opening. I thought it was really long, but I liked it. It was, like I said, that's what I'm saying. It really was pulling me in, and just
you
for them
thought
to...
you were getting that perspective.
Yeah,
and then
it
they
just
fucking
ends it
rip
like,
it from you, and
oh.
you're like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's like, it's just another Scream movie.
You
Okay.
got me. You got me.
Not another Scream movie. That should be the sequel's title.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think.
continue.
Hell yeah.
And they'll do that shit. Actually, it'll just be like New Nightmare, and they'll break the third wall.
It'll be
and
a
all that
goofy movie, and the Wayans brothers will be in it.
Well, let's bring up fucking the one thing I did not know going into this movie. There is no Sidney Prescott in this movie.
You didn't know that? Well, going into it?
I didn't. I was watching this movie. I remember by the time I realized, it's going to be ending. They're telling us who the killers are now. I was like, fucking, something's missing. Something's weird.
It was all over the news that they couldn't work out a deal. She dropped out of the movie because she was protesting her pay. She wasn't getting paid what she thinks she was worth, and they had to write her out of it.
Man, just fucking give her a bigger paycheck, Jesus Christ.
Well, no, she's probably, they were right. She's probably kicking herself because it's like the timing of it. Yeah, look, I'm the biggest part of this franchise. Oh, you need to pay me more. Sorry, we can do it without you. And the timing of this movie coming out and Jenna Ortega just blowing up into this A-list star, it helped because now Jenna Ortega is like the face of it, right? So that was just all timing. So yeah, they really don't need Nev Campbell. And that's kind of what the movie was about anyway. This one, it's like, it's getting a little old hat now, but what the last one was about, fucking requels.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this one's more about the franchise rules. You know, basically the franchise is bigger than the people in the franchise. Everybody's expendable, even Legacy.
I wrote down Mike came you to dust for some reason.
But you know what? Her not being in this movie, by the way, gave her the most sensible background out of any movie. Like, where they just name drop her. Oh, I talked to Sydney. Yeah, her and her husband or whatever they're just getting away to a safe place. Like, fucking finally,
she
just fucking leave,
dude. She fucking looks like a skeleton in this. She
survives.
She survives. So it's like,
yeah,
the next one, she's just gonna be a walking fucking stick. I'm telling you, baby.
She's like the Dewey
now. Her face
now.
keeps melting more and more. Like, she kind of is starting to look like something from Little Nightmares.
Let's keep age shaming women. That's the best part of the show. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
No, she looks terrible though. Yeah, she's just annoying. She's not a good
character. Who are we talking about? Who the fuck are we talking about?
Courtney Cox. He
Who brought up Courtney Cox?
He responded to it as if it was like Nev Campbell, but I knew who he was talking about once it said Skeletor.
Yeah, no.
Courtney Cox.
I'm saying like some of them that are in here. Fucking
Courtney Cox, Scream 2, Stacy.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing film. It's probably still my favorite Scream movie, actually.
No, Scream 1. Scream 1's the only one that's worthy of legend status.
You are such a cuckold. You just don't get it. You will understand one day.
And Scream 1 is an 8 out of 10. Scream 2 is a 7 out of 10.
Fucking, how dare you?
Okay, continue.
Fucking the scene where I won't get to that. Yeah, see, I wrote these down all scatterbrained, and then I had to go through a number of them. Had to go through a number of them. Fucking, where do I go?
Imagine if they came out with one and they didn't fucking tell you, like, you don't know.
Just that had to be the next verse of John Lennon's Imagine too.
Just set it up
next
because
one's gonna have Millard.
New York really serves no real purpose. Basically, all the survivors of the last movie, who they call themselves the Core Four, like that's really cool.
Let me mention real quick the fucking guy Chad. Fucking that scene where fucking Chad they're hanging out. Fucking he's hanging out with Jenna Ortega.
And he's like
about
fucking to go upstairs.
He's like, baby, fucking what does he say? He's like, fucking I care about you. And she's like, fucking, you care about me? And then it's like, oh, I care about you too. And then they get ready to kiss, and then fucking some other girl walks in.
Jumps in, yeah.
Breaks it up. They make the joke about cock blocking, and then fucking she's like, okay, I'm going to leave. And then he's like, I got to go anyway. At that moment, I was like, you got to go. There's no reason to fucking go. Where are you going?
Yeah,
fucking,
dude,
that's the fucking killer.
Anyway,
that's the fucking killer right there. I knew it. He was the fucking killer.
That's what it should have been.
Exactly.
Did you think he was going to be the killer after he left?
I did.
No.
I realized later, I was like, I don't trust it. When he was doing the whole thing about, we got to call ourselves the Core Four, man. And they were like, that's fucking lame. I was sitting there like, man, I don't hate that name, but I don't trust this motherfucker.
This Drake looking dude, this Degrassi non-crippled Drake walking around. Look,
that motherfucker was the chatter version of Zach from the Power Rangers.
We have, Jenna Ortega and the two twins, who are Randy's fucking niece and nephew, which is already dumb. They decided to move to New York and go to college. Her sister, Jenna Ortega, just follows her because she's like overprotective because there's trauma from what they experienced the year before. So that's it. They're just in New York. No big deal. But I thought, as soon as I knew Dermot Mulroney was going to be some kind of fucked up killer, because
remember when I said Mulroney? Dermot Mulroney.
Dermot Mulroney. I can't. Now I'm fucking flubbing it.
It's Mulroney, not
whatever his fucking name is. Anyway, it's not like the little gay boy who really just kept showing up in the friend group and he wasn't anybody, where it's like you want to go, obviously he's somebody because why is he here? And it turns out he was. But Dermot Mulroney, or whatever the fuck his name is, he's too big of a name. He's like in every fucking 90s rom-com and shit like that. He's too big of a name for him just to be a nothing character, a shoehorned in character. He had to play something. And these movies are getting so predictable where I'm giving them credit. Like how could you keep making it unpredictable? Where can they go from here? So there's always something that's unpredictable amidst all the shit that was predictable. Like, okay, well, who's the main suspects? Oh, that young kid, the white young nerdy kid, and the cop. Well, let's just make everybody the killer. But I didn't see the daughter, right? The daughter being the killer too was like, okay, there's the gotcha, and all that stuff. But continue. We can kind of keep going through the story.
Fucking, I wrote down at some point I had to go to the bathroom, and I was fucking lost when I got back, and they were in a fucking warehouse.
Oh, really? That's the worst.
They were in a warehouse, and they had all this fucking either evidence of the killer or movie props from the stab movies. Was it evidence?
Yeah,
or was
they
it
have
the-
all of it. He's a cop, so he has all the evidence and all the shit that's been like,
it's a lot of what the fuck isms. So they lead him first the cop is leading him into believing that it was those rich kids from the very first scene. They were from Atlanta, they're from real well-to-do families, and they were obsessed, and they were able to acquire all of the fucking paraphernalia, like from every Ghostface, the murder weapons, and they pretty much built this shrine to the Ghostface killers.
They bought the knife. And they turned it into a smoking weed utensil. That's what I think of when you said paraphernalia.
Honestly, I would be more inclined to believe some super rich person could pay off the wrong people to get that shit than a cop. Like, I get it, he's a cop, but it still can't be that easy for a cop to just obtain all this serial killer fucking shit over the... I don't know. That was kind of...
He's a cop, you idiot.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
Yeah, but it was just there's a lot of what the fuck isms in this movie. Like, okay, sure. Oh, another thing too. Can I say real quick? Speaking of what the fuck conveniences, like when you first meet Kirby, which by the way, the fact that she's in the movie, okay, that's another what the fuck ism. Oh, I'm FBI agent Kirby.
What's going on with her face?
I'm working. She's older. She's like 12 years later. She got stung by a bee. Anyway.
So
she's like an FBI agent. She shows up, and then Dermot Mulroney, whatever his name is, he does this thing where it's just for the audience to throw us off. But you would not do this in real life. After they have their chat at the precincts, he just looks off screen after everybody's gone. The girls are gone. The main characters are gone. Nobody is in his vicinity. But he looks off screen to like some like assistant. He just goes, "Call Georgia and find out everything you can about Kirby." And he gives the camera a look. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks to the side and you hear the music.
If you know you're the killer, why would you say that? And if you're not trying, it's not like in the first Scream movie where
he didn't know he was the killer.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't find out yet. He didn't read the script.
But I'm saying like, which, it could be right. But anyway, it's not like the original movie where they're all sitting around at lunch the next day talking about it. And of course, Billy and Stu are going to deflect because they're around all the people that can suspect him. But he's not around anybody. Why would he say that other than just to dupe the audience? And to me, that's lazy writing. But there's a lot of that in this movie.
Fucking amazing, right? You just don't understand it, Aaron. You will get it one day. I wrote down 9. I wrote number 9. I circled it. Fucking Hayden Christensen. Was that her? I didn't even realize that was the same character until the movie was
Hayden
over.
Christensen. That is fucking Anakin. You were the chosen one. Hayden Christensen. That's you, Hayden Patnier or whatever.
I forget names, baby. I didn't realize that was supposed to be her, the same character, until the movie was over. When they were introducing her, I was like, oh, that's clearly somebody. Basically, I was having the Saw effect. I watched the last movie a year ago, and I don't remember everybody in it. So it's like, oh, that was somebody from that movie. And she's back.
Yeah, she was way hotter in part 4.
Big Stacy.
But yeah, it's just a lot of what the hellisms and stuff like that. And then you had like the boyfriend who was just like the fuck buddy who lived across the street, which, he could have been a plant. It's like he was just a red herring, just to throw you off. But his character ended up making sense. What?
Basically, I forgot the Hayden Christensen character ever existed. Fucking part 4 is not in my mind. And then I remembered, like, oh yeah, there was a fan thing to get her in this movie. Like, they're going to bring back the fan favorite. And that's probably why they were hyping it up to the camera. Like, we're going to bring back that character you were talking about wanting back.
And she seems so shoehorned in. Like, I'm FBI agent Kirby. Like, okay, all right.
Didn't even recognize that was the same character. Fucking, I forgot. I thought she was in the last movie, and I forgot
she wasn't.
Who she was.
No, she wasn't.
That's what I thought. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then you have the boyfriend, like I said, who they call quote unquote cute boy across the street, but he's clearly like 40 years old. It's really odd. Cute boy.
Chad. He was the worst actor in the movie.
I hate pretty much all the supporting cast. I don't hate the two sisters. I know Todd. I was talking to Todd. And Todd thinks they're all just terrible. He thinks all the girls and everybody in the movie is a terrible actor. I don't hate the two main sisters. I don't mind Jenna Ortega and her sister. I think her sister's Big Stacy. I'm okay with that. But I really, really hate the rest of the cast. I was telling him I actually don't mind the main two girls, but like the twins, I fucking hate them. I can't stand the lesbian girl. She's annoying. Every time she opens her mouth, she's annoying.
Big Stacy.
Chad's kind of annoying. Just not a big fan of the supporting cast, but I don't mind the two main girls. He was
fucking the Black Ranger.
Dude, I like the guy, the twin brother.
Chad Drake. Okay, really?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny when he's just getting stabbed, like by both those guys. It's like, and it's just like, I don't know. He's just kind of giving her this look, like, just go. He's like, just take it like a champ.
So some of the parts okay. So what kills me about this is, where are we right now? What are we talking about?
We're kind of all over the place. I was just talking about Kirby. We're talking about the return of Hayden Christensen, as he called her.
So yeah, he calls in, and then he lets them know, fucking, hey, fucking stop everything. She is on the loose. She has been fired, and she's on the fucking.
Well, you jumped way to the end, but yeah,
what the fuck?
That's like way to the end.
We're not talking about the end yet.
Where are we?
We're not talking about the end yet.
When we first introduced to Kirby,
all over the place.
I know, but that's what we're talking about. Kirby just got introduced. But no, I don't care. We could jump all over the place. Yeah, I think that whole thing was, first of all, when it was the cops' idea to trap him, I'm like, come on. We know where the third act of this movie's going. They're going to be trapped in there, and clearly it's going to be the fucking cop. Like, why do you just? It didn't sound right. Because like all of a sudden they had this like whole motif of don't trust anybody, and the lesbian girl's like, don't trust anybody. You can't even trust your boy, and she even like makes her boyfriend, the cute boy, cry,
get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we don't trust you. We don't know you enough. But you know the cop.
Hey. Let's rewind, because that scene when she's fucking walking down the stairs, she's looking fucking sexy as hell too, you know.
Who?
And he's fucking in the hallway checking his mail, right? They're down in the little hallway, fucking where the mail is.
We have to rewind to appreciate this scene.
Yes. Because, dude, I'm not gonna fucking lie, dude. I'm baked in this movie, but like, I'm paying attention, man. My shit is turned on, like fully.
Paying attention.
She's hot.
My cock is hard as fuck, and it's in my hand.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. This shit, fucking whenever she's walking down the stairs, like, no, I can't. And then she's like, fuck it. And she goes by him, and they're walking by, and they fucking do that thing. Dude, I've done that before, and it's like,
they do that thing.
She took control. She fucking grabbed him, dude, and fucking pulled. That fucking dude, I got instant fucking boner, dude.
Does that make Mac a cuck because he likes to be taken and dominated by women?
I want to be fucking. For once, I just want to be fucking wrecked, baby.
That's one of those words that just fucking, it basically just means fucking, I hate this guy. I'm going to fucking, you're a cuck for this.
Smother
you
him.
do this. You do this, fucking, you get taken advantage of by a woman, you're a cuck.
Like, she grabs him and fucking just takes control, fucking starts making out with him, dude. That is fucking up against, dude.
I was looking around, I
was like, God damn, am I the only one in here that's fucking hot and bothered by this shit? That's never happened.
That wasn't the first time they did that, Mac. You got that right. That was just the reveal to us.
Right.
That they've been
then
doing,
like,
yeah.
they started
you don't want to do that in real life.
That pissed me off because
let's
I wanted
not
to see
do that to
that.
people we don't know.
Hey, that pissed me off. Not gonna lie, fucking for real. Like, that fucking pissed me off when you found out that they were just fucking around. They already knew each other. I was like, damn, dude. That was fucking hot. That was hot as fuck. And then I just
you started touching yourself in the theater like a weirdo, like Pee Wee Herman.
I was like fucking getting into it. Fucking, I brought my motion lotion.
When I was watching
this, getting hot.
The guy playing the stud next door, I noticed like fucking, I can't tell if he's got an accent and they're trying to hide it, or if it's just like they're not trying to hide it. Fucking, and the way he sounds so weird is just because he's just not a good actor. I was completely thrown through a loop through this guy. Was anybody else experiencing?
He was nothing but a red herring. He was just there to throw people off, and it makes sense why. It all ends up making sense. Like, right, the big reveal. I mean, we can jump to that. I don't give a shit. But the big reveal, obviously, the cop tries to throw everybody off, saying it's Kirby. She went crazy. I looked her up, and she got fired. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the. Look, if he was going to make up shit anyway, why did he even say that in that scene to get all I can on her? It's so stupid. Anyway.
Did anybody in the theater think that was true? Fucking, that's a thing where it's like, oh, until we see the mask come off, we should know that, like, fucking, we never know who the killer is in a Scream movie.
But on the thing that we were talking about at the beginning I wanted to talk about here is, I was telling my lady about, like, why do people get so overpowered by Ghostface, especially when it's always just some fucking little nerd kid. But there's something about it. I'm like, oh, because they can't see their face. He's some big boogeyman. He's way scarier. That people act like it's because as soon as they remove the mask in these movies, they become pussies. You know what I mean? They're not as. It's just something about the mask. So at this point, they think it's Kirby, right? They think it's Kirby because that's the information they got. They don't know there's more than one killer. They think it's Kirby, and then. You know, Chad, they're like fighting the Ghostface killer in this movie theater shrine. Chad literally takes He picks up like a fucking popcorn machine or something stupid. Some big ass fucking thing, smacks the ghost face on the head, who we think is Kirby at this point. And what does he do? He runs. No, you just fucking clocked the ghost face with like a 50-pound fucking machine. Keep beating the fucking shit out of her. Or it, you know what I mean? He just knocks him down. And Chad's some big fucking Chad. And he's just like, why would you do that? Is it because it's a ghost face mask and you're like all adrenalized?
There's some goofy parts where it doesn't make any sense. Like why they didn't
to me,
do
that's
it a different
goofy.
way.
Is there was so many opportunities. Dude, there was 3 of those fuckers at one point with one ghost face. And like I said,
the one where the dude went down the stairs when he let him go down the stairs. When he ran through the door, like they hit him or they shot him or something. They did something to him. They did something to him. But he got up and took off down the stairs. And you hear him running down the stairs. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then they go, oh, go that way. And they fucking turn around and go. I'm like, dude, why didn't they follow him down the fucking stairs?
Yeah, it's just a guy.
And I think they had a gun at that scene. So they could have easily just fucking aimed down and capped at him.
You could never have it.
It's not easy to hit just aim down. Fucking, you got to study that gun.
They could have followed that motherfucker.
You got to follow the ways of the gun.
You know how these people protect themselves? Your Sidney Prescotts, your Jenna Ortegas, or whoever's these victims of all these killings, move to fucking Texas. Move to an open carry state. Dude, Ghostface would never last 2 seconds because all these fuckers would have been strapped. You know, because think about it.
Are you implying there are no murders and fucking killers or shootings in Texas? That is not true. They are not safe in Texas.
But think about how many of these scenes would have never flown in a city like Austin or Dallas, where, like, okay, Courtney Cox, she would have been strapped. She was locked in that bathroom and she got a couple shots on him. I just think there's a million opportunities. I don't know.
Fucking pussy shit. We don't want to be strapped. We want to we got to do it with our bare hands.
Ghostface was strapped, man. Ghostface had a shotgun. I would have rather this whole movie been Ghostface with a shotgun, vigilante style on the streets, killing people out in open. Like
no, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't. That would get boring fast as fuck. We want to see characters. We want to talk. We want to find out all this shit. Now where are we at in the movie?
I don't know. I was just kind of talking about the ending and how kind of stupid it was. By the way, what is it with these movies, especially now? They kind of all do this, but I think this is the biggest, like, 180 turn, where when they reveal themselves to be the killer, why do they all of a sudden turn into like a crazy Wile E. Coyote cartoon? So Dermot Mulroney, the cop, he plays it straight the whole movie, like, I'm a cop, blah, blah, blah. But all of a sudden, when they revealed who he is, he's all like, my son, my son was crazy. He loved the movies. Oh. I bought all this for him.
Okay. During the scene, it kind of gets goofy, the CGI and shit. There's stuff that goes on, and it looks really, really funny. There's stuff going on, like where it shows him like swing at him and stuff. And it's kind of like because you could watch it in 3D, and I didn't know.
Yeah, they did some of that shit for 3D.
They did some 3D shit in the movie. That's not, we watched 2D, but you can tell where it was, and it just looks so fucking funny.
But I just didn't like how he just all of a sudden started becoming like the Joker in front of my face, or like the Green Goblin,
the Madman, or something.
Like,
he became fucking interesting. You guys put on your campy glasses. God damn, this is a fucking movie called Scream. Scream goes to fucking Hollywood or whatever. New York.
Another what the fuckism too. Okay, so they're all revealed to be the family of Richie, the killer from the last movie, Dennis Quaid's son. Okay, the entire family are psychotic killers. The kid from the last movie, his brother in this one, who is revealed that, that's his supposedly dead son in this one, the sister and the dad, they're just a whole family full of psycho not one person in this family.
They think this bitch killed their fucking son. Fucking, you don't understand this about people, Aaron. We are all capable of taking a gun to the office.
But that's what she thinks. She's like, I don't care, but it's like, because there was rumors that were spread, like that she was the real killer, and they're like, oh, I know, you didn't do it. He's like, we're the ones that started the rumor. Oh, that's how easy it is. Like, she started the rumor.
Like you said, it would be easy for him to become a roommate. Yeah, it was pretty easy.
Yeah, it's just like, but I mean, so they know that, she killed him out of revenge or whatever, like out of self-defense. But they know she wasn't killing everybody. They know their son was a psycho killer, and they supported it. Like, he even made his own stab movies. They're like playing his stab movies or whatever.
We revealed that Dermot Mulroney is the fucking killer and his daughter and shit too. Did we specifically say that? Because I wasn't sure. Wasn't sure if we did.
Kind of not really. Go ahead.
Okay.
You can explain it.
So fucking they are the killers. And at that point, I was like, I was wrong. I thought it was Chad all along.
Really?
Motherfucking. I did. I was like fucking. I was sitting there. I was thinking about fucking. Like I wasn't even thinking about anybody else. It's like I already figured it out. I already fucking. It was Chad, and it's perfect. You got to make it the fucking kill because we're never expecting it. It's the kid. The killer is one of the kids that was involved in the last. I wouldn't expect that. I was like, I fucking figured it out. So I was building up all of his fucking backstory while I was watching the movie. Oh, yeah, that's why he did it. That's why he did it. I'm sitting there like, fucking, I'm building a better movie in my head than what we got with this fucking, our boy, Dermot, the Kermit himself.
I just knew he had to be involved. The cop had to have been involved.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to that motherfucker.
But I have a question. What is the point of... Is it me or like, as far as the characters, first of all, I thought it was lame that none of the characters from the last movie died in this one. We got fake out deaths.
That is weird.
Like they almost died.
They keep surviving.
The lesbian almost died.
Maybe
Chad should have died.
They're trying to change it up. They want to change it up.
But I'm saying Chad should have been, now Chad's like the Dewey. Chad got stabbed a million ways from Sunday, which that was really funny.
Well, then you got Courtney Cox, who's fucking still alive barely. So she's going to be on breathing tube in the next one.
And Kirby survived. Like the only people that died were people that were introduced or random people in the street, people in the convenience store. Like what
Courtney
the fuck?
Cox, if they do make, they're already making 7. That's fucking insane.
Well, this one had the highest grossing opening weekend.
They're going crazy with Scream, and you know what that makes me think?
They're gonna run it. They're gonna run into the fucking ground until nobody watches it anymore. Then they're gonna fucking immediately
start watching. But it's funny though because now you're gonna have all these other fucking because you got Halloween, and you're gonna see this where it's like. Holy fuck! This genre is still going, and they're continuing it, but they're changing it up. But it's not different like ours are.
They're changing it up, but it's the same.
It's still in the same. You know what I mean? They're continuing it like Fast and the Furious. And
when I was watching this one and the last one, they've become these movies where, you know, you got to figure it out. Who's the killer? Who's the clues are somewhere under my nose. But then I started thinking about part 2 again, and I'm like, wasn't it kind of funny how in part 2 there was no conceivable way you'd guess who it was? Because it's like, hey, I'm Billy's mom. Like, oh,
it's so funny though
to me
because like you got this new movie and you have all these names, so you got all these names being dropped, and sometimes it's like who?
Yeah, it's a lot.
I forgot.
Fucking, I was watching this. I was watching this. By the time, basically on the last movie and this movie, by the time we find out who the killer is, it's like my brain just shuts off, and I'm not listening to the movie anymore. I'm just kind of watching it visually.
I think
like,
fucking
how's it gonna?
Hurts me. It cuts me deep when I find out it's the stupidest person in the whole movie.
I think the thing is like I've realized I've transcended everybody again, but like I've realized that this movie does not fucking. It doesn't matter who the killer is. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. When I was a kid, was I watching the movies? And the thing is, like we found out, like oh, it was Mrs. Voorhees is Mrs. Loomis. Like as a kid I was like, oh fucking what a revelation. But like we're adults back then, just like I don't give a fuck. Did they really, were they just like, oh fucking I didn't see that coming? Or was it just like fucking just now the movie ends and it's like fucking next year they'll make another movie and it won't even matter who the killer is. They'll probably have different versions where there are 3 different kids and they'll just tack one on based on whatever they're feeling like.
They need to do a TikTok one or a fucking internet one where there's more than one killer and they're all online.
You know what I thought?
Like fucking the new Batman movie, how fucking what's his name is
the Riddler, and he has all these different like terrorists. No, but when at the very end of this movie, when there was
Purge,
when it revealed that there was like at least the 2 more ghost faces or whatever, the editing was kind of weird because then they escaped into another room. Then all of a sudden there was 2 more ghost faces. I thought, is there 5? The editing was kind of weird. I'm like, is there 5? And I thought, is this shit? Is it gonna be like 5 or 6 of these? Is it like a cult? A cult of fucking ghost faces?
When they said that like they always use 2 killers, they never have 1.
Here's how
for
fucking
the third movie, it was like maybe they'll do just 1 in this one.
Here's how perfect.
And then I found out like, oh, it's fucking 2 again. I
thought it was gonna be a lot of them for a second. They're like shit, which would have been cool.
Here's how I found out like that. I was like, fucking, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. It's Dermot. They revealed it's Dermot first, and I was like, fuck, it doesn't matter. There's 2 more. Fucking, I was like, yeah, of course. So I technically guessed there was gonna be 3 in this movie because I was like, fucking, one of them's Chad. So there's probably 3 killers because they showed 2 of them.
That would have made it work.
So then it shows the third one, and I'm like, see, I knew it. It's fucking Chad. And then he takes it off, and it's some stupid white kid with some stupid curly hair. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, yeah, that's what I was like. Him? Really?
I'm like, that motherfucking Chad wasn't doing this shit?
This is what I was like. I was like,
that motherfucking big concrete cock Chad wasn't doing the shit. That guy that said no to Jenna Ortega just fucking got up and left. Like, what the fuck is this motherfucker right here?
I can't explain that otherwise, yeah. Well, no, the dork who turned out to be the killer, he was just like his brother, the Richie, because Richie was the same way. Like, you should have listened to him. It's always the boyfriend. Like, everything they said about him was true. And the same thing's this one. Like, yeah, it was easy to get to become your roommate. It was the same thing. Like, the easiest suspect. But like I said, it's getting too predictable. So they kind of made everybody you thought was a suspect a killer. I thought they were going to do that.
Was like, fucking, they did a little bit. They did.
They did.
It's like,
everybody I thought
was
the suspect was Chad.
Nobody did, dude. Just you. I knew it was the cop, but I'm like, yeah, but the kid's
One in a million.
suspect too. But they're just going to make it everybody. The only one I didn't get was the daughter. And it makes sense when you think about it now, because that's why there was no knives. The daughter took the knives because she was killed in the apartment, but she was in there, so she took the knives and they couldn't defend themselves. And I mean,
it's pronounced Kniv.
You have to suspend disbelief a little bit. The whole, I was able to get to I made sure I was in the scene first, so I switched out her body with a real dead body. Like, okay, like you.
I wasn't paying attention by this fucking point.
Like, they were really just like really leaning on the fact that he was a cop and he could do all this shit.
I'm like, here's what I fucking want. Here's what you're giving me. Here's what I want. I want fucking. Where the fuck is Sydney? First of all, I want fucking.
I'm tired of Sydney. You don't need her.
Really
I want Stu. Fucking Stu's got to show up. Fucking Matthew Lillard. Is Matthew Lillard in any fucking movie where he's not likable?
Dude, I swear, like, he should come back as Ghostface. Like, I feel like they should just not let you know he's in the movie at all.
It would have been too easy to do that.
And they just pull the mask and he's fucking him and he's like, yeah, I didn't die.
There's a challenge. I will give you $1 million if you name one. Anybody in the comments, name one movie where Matthew Lillard is fucking unlikable.
Dude, he is a fucking Chad. He makes fucking. Dude, we should do fucking LC.
We should get him. We should get him on the show, and we should suck his dick on the show. Literally.
So whose house is he going to? We're all in different places.
Fucking, I'll do it.
He does a world tour. He does a revival world tour, and he goes on every stop. Goes to everybody.
I was thinking we got to rename it to the Reveal House so that fucking Pauly Shore picture makes sense. Fucking, we're just gonna change it.
I was saying, you know what? By the time they're gonna have to do a 7th movie. Because this one was the biggest hit they've had. This is the biggest one.
They're already working on it. They've already greenlit it, baby.
Well, I'm sure they have because it's the biggest weekend they've ever had.
It's already
so they're going to have to do it. But like, where the fuck do you go from here? I don't feel this will be a
Blink
segue.
182 did it, so I'm sure.
I feel like this should be a segue to the closing part where I want us to each talk about what we liked about the movie, what we didn't like about the movie, and what our final ranking is. And I'll start by saying, I feel like this movie didn't really deliver on what it
treated like shit.
It didn't deliver on what I thought it was going to do, like this whole like no rules attitude. No, because it kind of fell in line with just being another Scream movie. And that's really the only place they can take the next one, is it really has to have no rules. Like literally, it has to be totally random. The killer needs to be Pauly Shore, unannounced. Like, what the fuck?
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like, it no more like, why do you have to know? Why does it have to know her? Why does it have to be connected to anybody with this franchise? Let it be someone totally random, fucking Pauly Shore, playing some random guy you've never seen in this damn movie.
Pauly Shore is playing himself, and he's like, "Fucking, I got mad because Hollywood won't put me in movies anymore, so I decided to make my own Scream movie,
my own stab movie." Yeah, no,
yeah.
And I feel like as far this is kind of a negative. I don't feel like this movie was that different than the original, other than the setting. It was more the same. Like the line was really blurring because we had the same characters, and you had. What their thing in the last movie was clever because now they're talking about the requels, like whatever, great. In this one, I guess they're saying we're talking about the franchise now, but we're on movie number 6 now. Like, why weren't we already talking about the franchise? It just and the fact that the same people from the last movie survived, I thought that was weak. But it did the job. Like I think Todd gave it a 4 out of 10. I thought it was being hard on it. I'm like, it's a 6 out of 10. I mean, I like the kills.
Black flag vibes.
I like the kills. I pretty much don't like any of the characters except for the 2 girls, but it's fine. That's usually most of the Scream movies, I think. The kills were great. I do like the subway scene a lot. That was a lot of fun. I thought
Hey, this is also a Halloween movie, technically.
They should have really delivered on that. They should have really done something more.
They said it's Halloween.
They didn't do enough with it.
That's all you gotta do.
That's what I'm saying. They should have. Like the train scene was great. Like that worked perfectly.
They should have did even more, but
right. That's what I was saying. They should have did a Halloween 4. Fucking tricked them.
At the end of the movie,
Ghostface.
They basically spell out like fucking oh yeah, the last time it was like fucking Woodsboro. This time it's like fuck because in Scream 2 they were in college, so they're in New York.
Yeah.
So they spell that out, and then it's like, how the fuck did we not know that the killer was going to be the dad? Like, they basically just told, like, fucking,
Zach's
we're just doing
walking
two.
all over what I was about to say because it's my spotlight where I'm talking about it. I'm talking about what they did.
I'm ahead of you.
No, but they did that, right? And Todd wasn't quite getting it when I was explaining it to him. He was getting all confused. Like, what? He was like, what? Dermot Mulroney was Mickey's dad. Like, what? No, Todd, listen. I had to explain it to him. So Scream 7 is like Scream 2 to the reboot Scream, like Scream 2 was to the original one. Yeah, they're in college. They even talk about it in the movie, right? And then, yeah, it's a parent getting revenge for the death of the child who died in the original of this new set of movies. It was like the same shit. They just kind of have to add little new things here and there. But I don't know. It was kind of cool.
Is it fucking hack or is it genius because we didn't see it coming?
I knew the cop was up to no good. I mean, yeah, I didn't know it had anything to do with the Richie thing.
Richie? No, your name's Bitchy. Would you say Bitchy? That's from an ICP album. I was going to say that earlier. I'm so excited to do Great Malenko. That is going to be, me and Mac are going to be in Hog Heaven. We're going to be fucking smiling ear to ear that whole fucking episode. Like, what do you think of this, Aaron?
Speaking of music, it's really weird. You can date all these different Scream movies by the soundtrack. This one had like the fucking like weekend like dance club music, and stuff. And back in the day, they had Creed and Collective Soul.
Rise, she said. That's the best one still. That's the best.
They did have the Red Right Hand in there. But anyway, like I said, I don't get too hung up on it. Like, I check my brain at the door. At this point, Scream is going to be stupid and hokey. I get it. It's self-aware. I feel like that's what Scream does. It's super heightened and super silly. I mean, you can't get to it. But I feel like they turned it up just a notch too far. Like, from like where the last one was. Like, it was just up to 11. Like,
I think what kind of saves...
It was really silly.
What kind of saves this movie is kind of like how it's just kind of like the most campy shit. Like it literally is. It's kind of like Saturday morning cartoon. I think about this the same way I think about fucking Jason Takes Manhattan. It's a fucking stupid movie, but I just remember.
That's what I wanted. I wanted Jason. I wanted Statham Takes Manhattan.
Statham Takes Manhattan.
Statham Takes Manhattan, baby.
Statham.
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
He's playing fucking. He needs
Jason Statham, baby.
They're already
Jason Statham.
They're already breaking the rules. They've already had fucking. This movie is basically fucking part 8.
Jason mask on him.
Fucking. I didn't realize this before, but Scream 5 is technically a mirror image of fucking Friday the 13th Part 5 because it isn't really the original fucking Ghostface killer. It's not Billy Loomis or Stu. So fucking literally the next movie they've already broken the rules. They could fucking the next one can be in space. Like we're going Jason X already. We're breaking new ground again.
No,
anyway, though,
forest space, baby.
To me, this movie was super heightened in how silly it was and self-aware. Like the terror never seemed real because everybody, even like think about it, when the lesbian girl gets stabbed on the subway, even she's like, "Oh, I got it wrong again," right? She's not. It's all light. They're not. Nobody's really terrified, and it doesn't. I never felt scared in this movie at all because it's all. Because every time somebody's like near death, they're just going to say a one-liner like, "Oh, shit." It's really weird, but they were really leaning into that. But like I said,
I'm going to die.
Yeah. At the end of the day, though, I just care about, did it have did it have fun kills? Did it have some fun scenes? I'm fine with it. It was totally inoffensive. It's easily the 4th best. I mean, I rank them 1, 2, 5, and 6.
Might be the 6th best.
No, it's 1, 2, 5, and 6.
They're all the best, baby.
It's better than 4 and 3. It's still better than 4 and 3.
I think 3 is probably. Well, I don't know.
3's the worst, dude.
3 has is 3 the worst? Bad, dude. Fucking 3. 3 has the most memorable. I always think when I think of 3, I think of that shot of the fucking mom coming back from the dead. Like it's stupid as fucking. It shouldn't be in the movie, but like it makes it memorable.
It's scary as fuck. I remember when I first seen that scene, and I was like, God damn, that scared me for some reason. I was like, fuck.
Scream 3 is appropriately titled because it is a 3 out of 10. It is not good. And Scream 4 is appropriately titled because it's
You're
probably
stealing my joke.
10.
I opened this up by saying Scream 6 out of 10.
Scream 4 I don't really care for. Some of the kills are cool.
Scream 4 is a 4 out of 10. Yeah, Scream 6, it's a 6 out of 10.
I think 5 and 6 are better than,
Yeah, but I'd say 6 is a 6 out of 10. And Scream 5 is, I'd say Scream 5 and 2 are close, actually. They're both 7s out of 10s. I don't really know. You could probably
Scream 2 is another fucking 9. Part 1 and 2 are both 9s. They're both fucking Kino.
So anyway, that's kind of where I sit with it. It was fine. It was inoffensive. It was solid. I enjoyed my time with it. Like
I pretty much said that it was as good as 5. It was as good as 5 for me. I was a little bit better, maybe.
I walked out thinking 5 is probably a better movie, but I kind of had more fun watching.
Yeah, 6 was
kind of had more fun. This one's kind of more fun. It's campy fun.
It is, but just the ending kind of threw it all off for me. And the ending fucked it up.
It was over the top.
When they took their masks off, it was so fucking. I just saw clowns. I saw two fucking clowns, and it just
look.
I thought
the
CGI was horrible.
Dermot Mulroney turned into full on Ben Stiller in Heavyweights.
Yeah, when he started doing all
entertaining,
the villain shit, it was so fucking cringe. It was cringy.
They always do that.
I know, but not like, dude, that was full blown cringe, man.
It's literally at this point, it's just like fucking. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you fucking kids.
At this point, it was so cringe. I wouldn't have fucking cared if he started changing. And
started right on top of your car.
A Resident Evil villain, fucking monster. He starts fucking a big giant ghost faced head.
One thing I have to say,
it would have made sense because that's how cringe it was.
I don't feel there was enough like character growth or arc in this one from the last one because it pretty much ends the same way as the last one, where she's like seeing Billy Loomis. And she's like, kill for me, kill. It's in your blood. And she just goes fucking serial killer.
That's what
she did. The same thing.
Did you see that fucking thing somebody posted and fucking Billy Loomis predicting his own future? And it was a scene from the first movie where he's basically, oh, you're like fucking Jodie Foster and fucking Silence of the Lambs, where she keeps seeing her dead father. It's like, fucking, this movie's so fucking 8-pilled. It's so fucking 8-head. These series.
I don't know. But but it's really campy. Like when she's like, yeah, I'm going to go full serial killer mode, dressed as Ghostface, and she's like stabbing the fuck out of him. It's like, all you have to do is put on that mask, man. Then you get big dick energy and you can just take on the world.
I mean, it just makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
It made sense she was going to put it on.
Everybody thinks fucking Slipknot's a better band because they wear masks. What if they took the masks off, did a tour?
It'd be boring as fuck. People would walk away.
They look like they fucking live in Iowa. They look like from my...
It'd be like when Kiss took their makeup off.
But I guess there is growth, right? Because she takes the mask, but then she throws it on the ground. I don't need this mask. This past does not define me. So this is
how it's going to open. It's going to start off with them throwing the mask down. They're going to do a fucking...
Freddy's hand comes up and grabs the mask.
That, or it's going to be H2O at the end when fucking... Resurrection, where he's fucking... someone's gonna walk by him as they're walking away and pick it up, and then he goes into the woods.
He crushed their.
He walks into the woods.
Crushed their larynx
with the suit on.
It's funny how Scream 3 is they're like red pilling me, where it's like they're actually tackling a similar theme that's in my short that I'm doing, and I don't like that as far as like the familial stuff and the sins of your fathers and all that stuff. And I should add that in where the character has a mask that he throws on the ground. I'm moving on.
I think he jacks off on it and puts it on.
Jacks off onto it, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. So is that what you give it to, Zach? You said it was fun.
I gave away my score at the beginning when I called it Scream 6 out of 10, and nobody got it. I was like 6 out of 10, Scream 6 out of 10. Am I right? And everybody just sat there like.
I probably just.
I mean, I knew I wasn't doubting that was going to be your score, but
fucking, I had fun with it though. It did what it needed to do. Fucking,
yeah, exactly.
I want to watch it again. I need to watch it.
Oh, I will. It'll be on Peacock.
My score might change.
It'll be on Peacock. It'll probably be on Peacock in the next month or two.
I feel like we need to watch movies like at least 2 or 3 times before we rank it.
What do you not like about it though, Zach? You kind of said the positives, but what do you?
It's just fucking basically
ending, the goofy.
Basically,
reveal.
I feel like I'm just putting it on a fucking entertainment scale now. Like fucking. I feel like I watched the movie and I don't even have to think about it like that. It's like fucking, would I give this 7 star? Would I say like fucking I like this movie? Or I was actually feeling a light 7 for most of the movie until like the ending like the last 30 minutes, and I was like, oh, it kind of fumbles it a little bit. It's like the ending isn't as tidy as I wanted. I wanted Chad to be the fucking killer. I wanted that Chad to be the fucking killer.
What did you think about that line about the daughter that was the killer? She's like, his name is literally fucking Chad. Like, I wanted to kill him. You know, I was like.
Exactly. His name was literally fucking Chad. The incel kid had said that. It wasn't the daughter, I think. It was the incel kid.
Oh, his name was literally fucking Chad. It felt good. Whatever the fucking... It's pretty fun.
Know.
My girlfriend liked this one slightly more than the last one, though. So, you know. I think the last one's slightly better. But I understand what you're saying, though. This one was kind of more fun.
Fucking, Maybe we will. I liked that they actually did show the guy watching Friday the 13th Part 8 at the beginning because nobody, I've never seen anybody acknowledge anytime somebody brings up Friday the 13th in popular mainstream movies or culture, they never bring up Part 8. Jason goes to fucking New York. But this movie did. This movie did.
So, Mac, what's your overall thoughts, what you liked, what you didn't like, and your score?
I'll go ahead and mention, too. I think the look of Jason and Jason Takes Manhattan is kind of underrated. When he takes the mask off, he looks fucking stupid, but it's like fucking everybody had their own take on it. It's not as...
They liked him with the mask on. They just didn't like him as the fucking egg yolk guy.
He looks creepy as fuck. He looks creepy as fuck when he's walking through there and he's got the egg yolk.
He does. He looks like Toxic Avenger or something goofy from that.
He looks like fucking the guy from RoboCop when he's like, ah, and he gets hit by the car.
But yeah, I like that it's fucking a new... I like that they went somewhere new with it. Fucking, they didn't think anything would happen. Fucking let me live my life, baby. Fucking let me live my life.
I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life.
It's kind of silly because they kind of went the Laurie Strode with the Karen, or not Karen, but what's her name? They did the thing where it's like, I'm moving on from the killer. Mm-hmm. I want to live a life now. So like she just got fucked up.
That's all you gotta do.
She's all.
Why didn't she do that a long time ago? Part 3, she was trying to do that.
I want to live my life. He's not here anymore. And they're like, what do you mean? He could be anyone. And she's just fucking, not taking it, baby. But did you think her acting was bad in this one?
Who? We talking about? The main girl?
Yeah.
I noticed
I thought it was less. It wasn't as good as it was in the first one. I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it.
I think the acting was where it needs to be. I think movies like this should have goofy. I don't think they should be fucking doing.
Yeah,
it Scream Goes to New York, baby.
I wasn't taking it apart.
They're not going to win Oscars for this. You might as well have fun with it.
Todd was railing against all the actors. He's like, Jenna Ortega's the fucking worst. I'm like, I think that the whole thing was schlocky and not realistic, and I think they were just playing into it the way it felt natural. The whole movie was like that. It would have been, like I said, when the lesbian gets stabbed on the subway, she's like, oh shit, I got it wrong again. Like, yeah, nobody's being serious. If somebody was being ultra serious in these movies and really showing to be terrible, it would have been off.
Well, it's weird because they went from like doing some crazy killings and like they weren't silly, and
there's comedic timing in real life. There's comedic timing.
Towards the end, they started getting goofy and like someone would say something.
Comedic relief, I mean.
Right, the relief.
When they were climbing out, when they were trapped in the bathroom and the quote-unquote cute boy from next door put the ladder over for them to crawl over, why didn't he call the cops?
Why was he just sitting there the whole fucking time screaming at him?
Because he saw him like, like,
well,
because
to get
their attention.
In the edit that's going to come out for home video, he was one of the killers. Like I was saying, the fucking it was just interchangeable.
Look, so
it was Chad and him.
I would just say I liked it all, other than the ending. I like that it's a Halloween movie, but I mean, and it's not really. I like some of the kills were cool. They still like up top. They keep trying to do like something better. And then like the fridge scene where like they're starting to get super crazy with it, where these chopped up pieces are in the fucking fridge.
That scene with the ladder, fucking, that was kind of this movie's version of the scene from Part 2 where they're in the cop car and they got to crawl over fucking Ghostface as he's fucking knocked out. That scene, I remember fucking seeing that for the first time and be like, fuck, I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
It's probably because I'm not a child anymore, but watching this.
Fuck, yeah, watching it was terrifying.
Watching this, I wasn't feeling that.
Let me tell you, because you're like, bitch, just fucking go. You have she had all the chance in the world to get across.
You only have one option. You have to go or you're gonna fall. Fucking you don't even try to fucking you just gotta go.
And
at
she
that
was
point.
Close enough where it's like, dude, just fucking get close enough and leap a little bit and give him your hand, like whatever. It's just
my problem though is how do they get these kids to how do they brainwash them to start killing people? Like how do these kids just like even end up?
You put it in the fucking media. You put it in the fucking media.
Play the Mortal Kombat, but I do have a problem with that scene. The whole scene,
I'm gonna start killing people.
The whole apartment scene and the bathroom and the ladder, that was all fun for suspense. But that's actually as a huge scene in the movie because it's a huge turning point, right? Because we find out that the daughter gets killed, but she fakes her death, and she hides the knives. Dermot Mulroney says at the end, "Oh, I just make sure I'm the first person on the scene. I switched out her dead body with someone else."
Dermot Mulroney.
Whatever his name is. Anyway, but the baloney, the quote unquote cute boy next door, he saw the daughter getting attacked like right at the beginning. He should have called the cops right away. And when he called her first, the girlfriend, I get that. Listen,
if he did that, the movie would be over. A-Ron.
I know when he called the girl when he called the girlfriend at the table when he was trying to warn him, like, hey, she didn't answer. Great. Why didn't he send a text? Hey, bitch, there's someone in your house. And he didn't even bother saying a follow-up text. But I'm saying next time we see him, he's helping him across the ladder. Dude, if you would have called the cops right away, they would have been there before all this shit came to a head. And Dermot Mulroney or whatever would have not been the first person on the fucking scene. I just think.
How do you know?
They play it out like they got called like an hour later. I don't know. It's just so stupid. Because they obviously cut to it and the cops are there later, right? They cut to it and Dermot Mulroney's like, oh, my daughter. But I don't know. It's just that whole scene was very forgiving to the writers.
Stop naysaying this film, Aaron.
What did you give it though, Zach? I'm sorry, Mac. What's your grading?
I would probably say like a 6.3.
Okay.
He's always got to put a point in there. He's always got to put a point in there.
Well, I round down, so to me, it's a 6. So we all give it 6s out of 10s, right? So it's fine. It's solid. I'll watch it again on Peacock.
I don't know. Like, what is the word? To me, man, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that whenever we redid we have 2 new Scream movies we got to do commentaries for to finish our fucking trifecta. And I remember when we were doing part 4, I remember like being surprised by like, man, I remembered this being not as bad as what fucking, when I watched that again, I was just like, fucking, I think I put that lower than 3 because I think I realized that like fucking at least 3 has that fucking memorable ass mom shit in there, even though it's stupid. And somehow she's seeing that, like, there's just a scene in that movie where she walks in and we see that she's really hearing the mom's voice. It's like, was that a recording? Like, we were trying to rationalize it, but like there is no rationalization for it.
Yeah, 3 and 4 are both bad. I'm not even gonna like split hairs on it. They're not worth watching. Fucking Jay and Silent Bob. Jay and Silent Bob. Anyway,
bitch.
It's funny. It's funny how I watched this super stoned, you watched this super sober. I was having way more fun with it, and we both gave it the same rating.
I had fun with it. You should have, like I said, if Todd was on here, he'd be beating it up. He was being like a curmudgeon about it, and I'm like, dude, you're reading way too into these damn movies.
I was actually not in a good mood when I went to watch this fucking. My card got declined.
I was actually supposed to go with someone, and they did not show, so I was like, fuck it, I knew it.
I found out my card got declined. I was like, fucking, I'm gonna have to get a new card. I don't know why the fuck it's doing that. Fucking, I don't even want to go fucking watch this movie, but we're gonna record that thing. I thought we were recording it that night. That's the only reason I went and watched
it. Well, how'd you pay for the movie then?
I had to get cash. It was like a very, very small fraction of cash I still had.
Got it. Well, anyway, that was our talk on Scream 6, which is all a 6. It's very appropriate. But thank you guys so much for listening and watching. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, all the good stuff. Please show some love to our other videos. Mac and Zach have their Came Gang. They're making me sit through and listen to the entire Joker Card ICP records, and we just did, which one did we just do?
I think we should streamline fucking Great Malenko. I think we should do that. I think that's the next thing we should do.
Yes.
You're going to love it, Aaron. You're going to love it.
Whatever the one before Great Malenko is, that's the one I just did.
We did Riddle Box.
Riddle Box. Fucking insufferable.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see if you give it a 6.
Start listening to Great Malenko.
I can't wait.
Gross.
Are you in a good mood? When you're in a good mood, start listening to Great Malenko.
Okay. Give me some time. Come on to digest that one. I want to do more. We got, as far as our commentaries, we got a 3 Ninjas commentary out. I want to do more 3 Ninjas. Whenever you guys want to do Knuckle Up or Kickback, whichever the next one, Kickback, I'll do Kickback. We
probably should do Knuckle Up. We should probably keep it fun for now. Let's do Kickback first since it came out first.
Okay. We'll do Kickback. I don't mind. Let's do Kickback anytime in the next few days. I'll do it.
All right, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it too.
Not out on Blu-ray still.
But I can get it on like Vudu, right? Buy it or something?
I think so.
You can.
I think I have it.
It's like $17.
Actually, I think it's on Vudu.
Is it really?
Be on Vudu. It might be on Vudu.
The first one's $17.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh no, I think it is. Don't I have it? Didn't you guys share it? Doesn't somebody own it?
I might have shared that one.
Yeah.
It might have been one that shared.
I do have Kickback.
Hey, it might be on Tubi or Vudu.
It is on our Vudu. We still have that shared.
Both of them?
We have Kickback. That's it.
Okay.
But that's okay.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
the next.
they were on Voodoo as well, or not Voodoo, but Tabby.
Okay, Tubi. Jeez, not a cat, Tabby.
Did I say Tabby? God damn it.
But no, yeah, Kickback. I like Kickback. I think Kickback's better than I remember it being as a kid. It's fun.
Sidekicks is on fucking.
Sidekicks fucking sucks. That's a shit movie. I hate that movie.
We got fucking Heaven's Hell.
But so that'll be up next. So keep an eye out for that stuff. If you guys want to support us, we are on Patreon. You can check out all the links below for that. And we are also on Teespring. We have a free Discord if you guys want to keep in contact and chat with us. And we are shadow banned. We are convinced. So follow us on socials, join the Discord, and we'll let you know ahead of time. You'll be up to speed whenever we're going to go live and stuff like that. And also the last thing too is every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, Riverman and I do a live stream for everybody where we have we talk about something nostalgic. So those are fun. But that's all we got. Do you guys have anything you want to add before we sign off?
Fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. Everybody go blow some fucking man with a huge cock. I'm trying to say things I've never said before because it's become too fucking like, I don't want to die not saying so many things that need to be said.
Okay. No, you should have said like Mel Gibson was right. Or
About what?
all the things everybody say. Just say something like scandalous. Anyway, whatever, guys. We'll catch you guys later. Thank you. Bye.
Suck our nuts.
No.
Came.
You just signed out. Came. Sign out. Came. Came out. Came out.
G, baby.
I can't stand the cane.
I can't stand the game.
Revival House. Oh, you need no. That sounds like fire. Like this country used to.